The fifth topic in the Illness Management and Recovery Program is using medication effectively.
Well, good to see you again, Jeff.
Good to see you, Kim.
How has your week been?
It's been pretty good so far.
Great.
Yeah.
Well, we're going to start a new topic today, and this one's going to be on medications for treatment of people with a psychiatric illness.
Okay.
What we're going to be doing in this is first spending a little bit of time talking about what is the role of medications in the treatment of psychiatric illnesses. We're going to talk about the specific effects of medications in terms of symptoms and relapses and things like that. And then we're going to spend a little bit of time talking about how to get the most out of your medication.
Right.
And so
Okay.
hopefully by the end of this you'll really have a good feel for what medication does and what its role is, whether you want it to be part of your treatment, and if so, how to get the most out of it.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. I wanted to talk a little bit more about strategies for getting the most out of your medication. And I think that talking over with your doctor to make sure you're on a combination that you both think is really going to be the best combination.
Right.
It sounds like maybe some modifications could be done.
Yeah.
And to me, that's one very good step towards trying to get the most out of your medications and maybe making some necessary changes.
Mm-hmm.
And then there are a few other things that may be helpful, and I wanted to talk with you as well. One of these is simplifying your medication schedule. And by simplifying, there's really two ways of having as simple a medication schedule as possible. One has to do with the number of times a day you take medication. And then the second one has to do with the number of medications you take.
Right.
And right now you take medication in the morning and in the evening.
And at night, right.
And you have 3 different kinds. And simplifying really means just having as few as possible. Another one is that, and here, this is kind of the solution we already came up with. It says take medications at the same time every day.
Right.
And of course, if you can take all the medications just at one time, that would make things much simpler for you.
Sure.
And this might also get to the issue of, it's very common for people to forget to take medications. And something that a lot of people have found helpful is to figure out a way of taking their medications as a part of their regular routine. So I know you said you take 2 of your medications in the evening. When do you take them in the evening?
About 11 o'clock every night.
Every night? And do you take it like when you do some other part of your nighttime routine? Like brushing your teeth or something?
Yeah, usually just before I brush my teeth or something.
But do you sometimes forget to take your medication at night? Has it ever happened?
Once occasionally, not very often. Once or twice, so it hasn't happened very much.
Okay. And where do you keep your medication at home?
I keep them right in the kitchen.
In the kitchen?
Yeah, on the counter.
All right. One strategy that sometimes people have found helpful is to put the medication, you brush your teeth before you go to bed at night?
Yes, definitely.
Is to put the medication right next to where their toothbrush is. And that way, I even know some people who take a rubber band and they put the rubber band around the medicine bottle and they put the toothbrush through the rubber band. So you can't brush your teeth without being reminded to take the medication.
Yeah.
I'm wondering if that strategy might work for you to prevent
That's an idea.
Okay.
It's a good idea.
All right. I know that we're running out of time, and what we can do is we can pick this up next. What I'd like to do is to stop for a moment and to go over or to talk about just 1 or 2 things to follow up what we've talked about today that you can do on your own before we meet next. And one of those things is going to be talking with your doctor and sharing with him the pros and cons sheet. In fact, I'm going to give this to you right now so we don't forget. And to talk with him about whether there might be some ways of simplifying the medication routine that you're on in terms of the number of times you're taking it.
Mm-hmm.
And also to tell him some of the doubts that you have about whether you're really getting what you ought to be getting out of those medications.
Right.
So that would be one part of your assignment. And then the second one is to try this idea of putting your medications with your toothbrush and toothpaste and letting me know how that goes, because the more you could be reminded in your day-to-day routine to take your medication, the less you're going to have to remember on your own.
Right.
And a lot of people have found that helps them follow through on taking medication on a regular basis.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Sure,
So I
I
want
can
to find
do that.
that's great, and I'm really looking forward to seeing how those things work for you.